Hey guys, Eyes of Neji here, or just Neji YGO now, I guess. Welcome back to another video. I forget your username exactly, but somebody specifically requested a Vanquish Soul updated deck profile. I think that I'm really excited to give you guys this updated profile. Right now, it's fine. Like, Vanquish Soul as an anti-meta deck is just okay, but I think if you throw the right cards in there, it could be very strong. And I wanted to clarify that this deck is pre-post, sorry, not pre-post, but post-Alliance Insight release, but yeah, pre-Vanquish Soul support, right? So we do not have a support for this yet, but this is still going to be the best list that we can make with what we have. And it's not even that bad, honestly. Like, it's still pretty good. So without further ado, let's get into it. For the main deck, as you can guys see, we are playing the one Dust Devil and the one Snow Devil. I think, am I playing the other one? Let me double check. I am also playing this one, sorry. I just think playing these three right now is the best options you can give yourself for winning. Vanquish Soul Continue, you know, it's your extender that you want to search to like just keep bodies on board for now. Dust Devil, excuse me. Oh, allergy season, man. It's killing you. Vanquish Soul Dust Devil. Really like underrated card, I think, because like being able to book or even like double book your opponent's monsters, I think is really strong, especially against Malice. I think this card is definitely worth searching if you know you're going against a Malice player, and even keeping in if you're gonna know you're going against a Malice player first, because it's kind of like an in-engine Book of Moon, sort of, right? So just think of it like that, like a searchable Book of Moon. So, and then obviously Snow Devil, the board wipe is really good. Next up, we do have one Rhoda, obviously, to search your Ryzen, Rhoda being amazing. We do have our 3 Durandal, because obviously you need to see Ryzen right now, right? Like, there's a consistency issue until we get the new field spell support. And then for our kind of boss bodies here, we are doing 2 Caesar. Caesar's just really strong, I think. Hard to not like this guy. He just does a lot of things right as far as like being able to pop a body, being able to run over somebody, being able to you know, dodge, like help your Vanquish Souls dodge their targeting, like somebody targeting with Imperm. I just think that Caesar's really strong. So he's not a starter though, so don't play 3 of them. Next up, we've got 2 Borger. I don't know if I really need to talk too much about Borger. You guys know how cracked heavy Borger is. So, yeah, he's just a really solid card. Helps you draw. I think the new lists are playing 3 Borger, and then they bump Caesar down to 1, which makes sense. And then right now we are also playing 2 Vanquish Soul Xiaolong. Xiaolong again, I think, is being bumped up to 3 just because you do get more consistency with the new support. But for now, 2 is good. Since again, it's not really a starter, but you know, does help search a lot of things. And then we are playing the 1 Pantera and the 1 Dr. Madlove. Here, we'll put this over here. Maybe you can see the CR a little better. Yeah, the Dr. Madlove just kind of becomes a starter for next format. So like if you haven't already, definitely pick up 3 and be playing 3, because Madlove searches your field spell. As a field spell targets this, and then specials your, I think it's special or add your Ryzen back out, one of the 2. But yeah, it's cool. Madlove becomes a starter. I find that really neat how they did that. And then obviously Pantera also technically becomes a starter if you have this plus field spell. You just special this out and then target the field spell, right? So still really good. And then the man, the myth, the legend, the guy you've all been waiting for, Vanquish Soul Ryzen. Obviously, crack card, right? I'm not gonna say crack card. Sorry, it's not like a crack card, but he is a solid card for what the deck tries to do. You know, he's a pop in the column. He's a search, and then he's a reveal fire for destruction protection. So, yeah, Ryzen, sticking with Ryzen. And then 3 Stake Your Soul. We are going with 3 of this. This doesn't change. It's still a good consistency piece in your engine. And then obviously Tikaboo, one of the best cards ever printed for this deck. It's almost like it was printed for the deck. So then we're getting into non-engine here, and we are at 45 card list. We'll keep that in mind. I think for right now, Super Poly is actually very interesting, and I'll get into the targets for the extra deck, but Super Poly I feel like is good for Vanquish Soul right now. Since you have the room, the extra deck, my theory is kind of like, why wouldn't you play it? Especially if you can match an attribute or a type with like type and attribute, I guess, or the same type as your opponent. So there's advantages and disadvantages there, but I think the advantages outweigh everything else. And then 3 Ash Blossom, Joyous Spring. Just a solid card, right? It's a fire, has an extra advantage in Vanquish Soul, so you definitely want to play it. And then you can't not play 3 Ghost Bell. I just think Ghost Bell is really strong right now, actually. Like, Ghost Bell hits the Mitsurugi stuff as well as hitting the whatchamacallit? Hits Mitsurugi as well as Malice. So I think that this could be a staple. Like, honestly, with even not in Vanquish Soul, right? Like, this little package here could be a staple for most decks playing 3/3, just because it does hit a lot of things right now. And then speaking of staples here, I do think in Vanquish Soul he is necessary, mainly because he's a dark. Yes, like, he's a dark. He gives you draws, and he gives you protection from like targeting like a Ryzen or something. So this package I really like, and I think it's perfect for Vanquish Soul. So definitely be playing this package of 9 right now in the meta. And then the one Called by the Grave and the one Triple Tactics Talent, pretty self-explanatory there. And yes, I don't care what you say, but we are playing a heavy cash package. I do think cash is still really strong, and sure, we could probably cut a lot of the stuff, like maybe Super Poly in the main deck to get this down to 40, but 45 for now I think is okay. Let me put this up here for now. We are playing 3 Kashtira Fenrir, the 1 Rise Heart, the 3 Unicorn, and the 1 Wraith Soth. Here, we'll put this down here. The 1 Wraith Soth and the 1 Kashtira Birth. This package I'm choosing specifically because I feel like it's very good in the meta right now, because Unicorn is a consistent rip. Especially you kill Raziel if you see the Unicorn going first. You kill Raziel if you see Fenrir going second. And like, as long as they don't target and they don't get to Eclipse, right? That's in theory. But like, the package is just really strong, right? Because you have Rise Heart, you can search from this, or Unicorn, you can search from Fenrir. And if you see either of these two, you can get 2 bodies almost right away, right? So like, you use normal summon. It just kind of depends on what you have. But I like the heavier package mainly because you don't have to rely on Vanquish Soul purely in the deck. I think it always is good to have a secondary engine, and I think this is just really like the best engine you could have right now for Vanquish Soul. Getting into the extra deck, we are playing 3 Rock of the Vanquisher. The Rock, just really solid. You guys know Rock turns into rocks, right? The 1 SP Little Knight, that's self-explanatory. I think SP is kind of a staple in the deck. The 1 Dark, Nightmare Phoenix, Unicorn, and Axis Code Talker. This package works pretty well for pushing through boards, especially if you can get enough bodies out there. Like, if you Super Poly away their board and then they have a Dark Engrave, you go like, you have like Borger or Madlove on board, you make it with the Dark, you absorb the Dark, make Night Unicorn, you spin back something else, and then like you get your other body like off of Continue, and then you make Access Code. So like, still obviously a good package. The 1 Zeus, the 1 Shangri-Ira, the one Bagoosk, and Aggregator. So without going to the side deck quite yet, yes, we are playing Ultimate Slayer. So that's the Ultimate Slayer target. You don't really too much else because the other things you are playing are your Super Poly targets, right? Real quick, Shangri-La also just makes sense playing the extra deck since we're playing such a heavy cash package. And like if you're playing Kashtira control, you might as well just play the like Shangri-La, right? Because why not? And like Zeus is really only here for number 41 right now, but Zeus gets better, I think, after the support. But yeah, mainly for like when you switch Bagoosk into attack, just to give us options. Or even Kashtira Shangri-La, right? Like even if you switch this to attack and you're like, I need to clear the board, I don't care if I'm taking life points, right? Yeah, and then these three, these two obvious, but this guy is like insane into Malice, right? He requires 1 Cybers and 1 Link monster. So that requirement being super generic into Malice, because obviously they put a lot of Links out and a lot of Cybers monsters out, right? So he's just a really good generic board removal for Golem, and just pray they don't have Bystials in hand, because surely they won't, right? Then for our side deck, we are playing 3 Ultimate Slayer. Still a really good card. It's definitely not bad. I just think that with Ryzeal maybe losing a little bit of its power to Malice, it's become less popular, but that doesn't mean it's not still a great into Ryzeal. So like, if you have the extra deck space and the side deck, like you don't know what to throw in, great option. Ultimate Slayer is still a very good option. And then for the side deck, we're playing this package, the 2 Thrust, 1 DDG, and 1 D barrier. Kind of just punishing your opponent for interrupting you and trying to do combos. So then you just search for, like, if it's Mitsurugi, you search for D barrier. If it's against DDG, you search for, if it's against like Water or Ryzeal, you just search for DDG, right? And then to cover the Malice matchup, you guys may be wondering, we are playing 3 Lancia. Here, let me get that there. 3 Lancia. We are playing 2 Chaos Hunter and 3 Mulch Army Meows. So Meows is not, it's okay, right? I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to really use it yet, but I think in theory, Meows is good for going against, like maybe even not, I don't know about Memento, but probably, Malice. Obviously you want to cover all the matchups you can, but I think it's just good to punish them for trying to special a shit ton of times from Banished or extra deck, right? Or Banished or Graveyard. But like in combination with these cards, I think you probably take the Ash out, most likely, of Malice. And you leave like these guys in, because these are just like turn enders kind of, right? So my side pattern for going first would most likely be like if I'm going first against Malice, I would side these 3 in for Ash, so that way I have Lancia, Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, and 3 Bell, right? So I'm covering 3, 6, 9. I'm seeing at least one of these. There's a really good chance. And if I'm not seeing one of these, then, oh well, variance. Chalk it up to variance, right? But I am covering as much as I can. And going second, most likely, because I'm going to be drawing cards anyways, going second, I'm probably going 3, 6, 8, and then cutting these down. I'd probably go 3, 6, 8, and then cut maybe like, I'd probably do something like this, where I would play 2 Bell, 1 Phantasme for 11, and then just cut like the board breakers out maybe, or something like that. Like maybe cut the cash engine a little bit, so I'm like seeing more stuff that's affecting them. And then yeah, like I probably would most likely cut the unicorns out, because going second, unicorns aren't as good. So that would be my siding pattern. I think that's pretty good. So yeah. That's my theory and my updated deck profile for Vanquish Soul. Let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited to play this in the format where they finally get support. Right now, we are on Fiendsmith Chimera. I will do a deck profile after today and give you guys some content there. I think it's really good. And just a really, really solid deck. It's been performing so well for me lately, so I'll give you guys more updates as we go. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. Catch you guys later.